My name is Aaron Wills. I make random rambling videos like this one. I started this on Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 12:12 a.m. Along with welcoming you to my channel, allow me to thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning on the post notification bell. They said it is April 15th. I hope you have your taxes ready. I hope you have them already sent in. They're due by today. A little bit of coffee going on here. Got a little bit of coffee going on. Sorry for the sniffling in your ear, but I've had these sinuses going on. I just can't fight it. I'm about to lose control and I just can't hide it. Oh yeah. I'm so excited about my sinus. Sorry, but coffee just tastes better when you slurp it like that. Alright. I just blew my nose, by the way, in case you're thinking, well, blow your nose then, you fucking idiot. I did just blow my nose, so I don't know why I'm still sniffling. There shouldn't be anything in a sniffle. Well. It's funny because as I'm looking at my computer screen, my whole head isn't in frame. But then when I watch the videos back, I can see my whole head, and even some of my whole head and my shoulders sometimes. Well, hell. Well, hell. Hope you have your taxes in, so you don't go to jail and get in trouble with the IRS. By the way, the IRS spells theirs. Have you ever noticed that? How the IRS spells theirs? I'm no longer in the workforce, but I never complained about having to pay state or federal taxes because I know it was going toward their good. It was my the price you have to pay to be living in the freest country in the world. The best nation in the world. That's a small price to pay for your freedom, and to know that there's not anyone that can pick on you, country-wise. I mean, there are certain countries that can put as much hurt on us as we can put on them, but the chances are, unless it's a psycho leader of that nation, they know that it's going to be mass, everybody's going to die. They're going to die and we're going to die. What's that called? Mass something. A mutual annihilation, that's what they call it. It'll be a mutual annihilation. Now, many people believe that the Russians or the Soviet Union were just crazy enough to start World War III because they didn't care about mutual annihilation. And now some say the thing about that job in North Korea, that he would get World War III going if he could, because he just doesn't care. It's a nut job. That's what many people believe anyway. Luckily, although they have nukes, they have a difficult time propelling them far enough. Although they shot a test missile up in the sky that could have reached, it went far enough to where it could have reached California, where it fired toward California with a nuclear head on it. That would be bad for California and for the U.S. But they don't have enough. I don't think they have enough warheads or enough missiles to keep bombing us. We would just destroy them, and they would be looking for something else to shoot at us. But they probably have allies in the world that would just bomb us too. Like Cuba back in the day. I don't know what years it was, what century, I don't know what decade it was, but Cuba allowed the Soviet Union to set up shop in there, I guess in one of their bays or somewhere just outside of the United States. And that's why Cuba, everybody was banned from going to Cuba or getting Cuban cigars or getting things from Cuba. We have a strict no dealing with Cuba policy because of the Bay of Pigs, as they called it. That was when Kennedy was in office. Although he didn't spend very much time in office before he was assassinated, of course. There's a replay of the Cardinals versus the Houston Astros game today, where the Cardinals beat the Houston Astros at least 8-0, or at most 8-0. That's what I saw in the bottom of the top of the eighth. I think it was 8-0. I'll find out. Hey Google, did the Cardinals win?
Yes, the Cardinals won 8-3 yesterday against the Astros.
Wow, they came back a little bit. It was 8-3. Man, we let them get on the board big time. Well, not big time, but enough time to get 3 runs late. That's scary. Just another little rally, and it could have been 6-8. And that would have been possible trouble for the Cardinals. We just come off the series against the Phillies where we won. We won the 3-game set 2-1. Although I think we both won 2 games. I don't know how it worked out. I thought we both won 2 games. Obviously, I was wrong. It was a 3-game set. Obviously, we won 2 games. They won 1. And I don't know how many games we played against Houston. I don't know if it's just 1 game, or it's usually in baseball. It usually comes in sets or in series. We might play a 3-game series against the Houston Astros now. And we just got off a 3-game series with the Philadelphia Phillies, where we supposedly won the series. Oh, but our record, the St. Louis Cardinals record in this short season so far is pretty bad. Like I thought it was 6 wins and 8 losses at that point. And so maybe it's gotten a little better. We might have 8 wins and 10 losses now, something like that. I really don't know. This is a replay of the game, as I said. Paez is up for the Cardinals. I don't know his first name. He's got runners on second and third with 1 out. This is a good spot for the Cardinals. I didn't watch the whole game, so I really don't know what happens in this particular spot. We'll see. Well, I will. What do you do? Well, he fouled it off. Now it's 0 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. A foul when you have less than 3 foul with 2 strikes or fewer. A foul with less than 2 strikes is a strike. You can't strike out from fouling the ball off. Oh. He pitched him way inside that one, and now it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, this is just a replay. It's not going on now. So this already happened, but I don't know what happened. 2-2. A curveball that missed badly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Pages, however you pronounce the name. Pages with an accent mark over the E. He dumped that one into the corner for a 2-run double. That got the rest of the team to flap their wings. The Cardinals do this thing when when one of their teammates does something good, they flap their arms like they're flying because they're the Cardinals, a bird that flies. Unlike an emu, who is just a flightless bird. You're just a flightless bird. Well, I'll be. He did it. Pitcher shot the second. The next batter is falling behind in the count 0-2. With a runner on second and still 1 out. Now there's 2 outs. He struck him out 0-2 and he got him. This is in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on second for the Birds. 2 out. On who's up? And pitcher to a sinker. They show the pitch that was thrown and the speed of the pitch, which I kind of like. But you can't look at all of it at the same time. I keep forgetting to look down at the pitch, and then once you look down at the pitch, the speed of the pitch is drawn. But I like knowing all that information, the type of pitch it was, and how fast it was. These pitchers in the majors nowadays are throwing their fastballs and their sliders at a ridiculous speed. That pitcher threw a changeup that time. I don't know at what speed. It probably wouldn't be a super high speed because the changeup is an off-speed pitch. It's designed to be slower than the rest of the stuff you're throwing. So you come with some heat and then you throw a changeup. It's oftentimes the a 2-out hit scored another run. The Cardinals now lead 4-0. They stranded a runner in the 4th. In the bottom of the 4th. But they lead 40-0 going into the 5th inning. That's not a bad spot to be in. And by the way, and we happen to know, and I just looked it up, that the Cardinals win 8-3. FanDuel Midwest, which is the channel that shows the St. Louis Cardinals games and the St. Louis Blues games in the Midwest, here in St. Louis anyway. That's how we watch our Cardinals and Blues, on FanDuel Midwest. They always replay whatever game it was, the Blues game or the Cardinals game. They always replay it either directly after the game or late at night. I guess in this case they started it at midnight. What, that's been 15 minutes, I bet, right? Yep, 15:03. Well, after 15 minutes of this shit, I guess I'm gonna hang it up and play it back to see if everything went okay. I guess you can see this ridiculously large diamond earring here. I just want to let you know that that's real. Yeah, right. I wish it was real, but it's not. It is cubic zirconia. I mean zirconia. It is cubic zirconia, which is a factory-produced diamond. And it's actually the same thing as a diamond, but it's just made in a factory instead of made in the wild by coal. By coal squeezing something together until it makes a diamond. I forget what they squeeze together. The coal just rubs against something that makes a diamond. I think that's how it happens. Like I know that clams produce pearls, which I guess would be pretty hard to make a factory. They make pearls that look like pearls. And they make probably plastic little balls that look like pearls, whatever they're made out of. That look like pearls, but I can't imagine you can simulate a pearl. You can't. I don't know. It depends on what clams rub down into pearls. You can do that in a factory, I guess, or in a simulated setting. I know that's what they do with cubic zirconia. They make real diamonds, but in a lab. That's why they're not precious like real diamonds are. At least this is my understanding. I hate preaching about something that I don't know completely about, which is what I'm doing now. So I'll leave the argument about fabricating jewels, because I don't really know the whole accurate truth about that. And I really don't like to talk about shit I don't know about. So I will admit to you, I don't know anything about cubic zirconia. I heard that it's just like real diamonds, but it's fabricated. They're made in not a factory, but in a lab. That's what I'm going to say, a lab, not a factory. But they're made in a lab. The same process as nature, what happens in nature is used to authenticate cubic zirconia. That's what I understand, but I'm probably completely wrong. If you know what happens with cubic zirconia, please leave me a comment down below. Maybe I'll look it up. And I can look it up right now. Hey Google, how is cubic zirconia made?
Tuesday in St. Louis, expect a high of 61 and a low of 42.
We're talking about Tuesday in St. Louis. What the hell does that mean? Hey Google, how is cubic zirconia made?
According to Rotani, cubic zirconia is made by melting zirconium oxide in a metal chamber and adding minerals like calcium and magnesium. It is then heated at almost 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it is removed from the metal chamber, crystals begin to form.
I can't repeat all that she just said, but sounds interesting. I know they use calcium, she said, calcium deposits, she said. Which I think is how, calcium rubbed together by coal for millions of years, or however long, hundreds of thousands of years at least, is what creates diamonds. I believe. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? What, am I skinny? No, I'm not. Only skinny people know shit. Fat people don't know anything. Unless you're fat out there, you're like, bullshit, I know a lot of things, but I'm fat. Well, I'm fat and I'm an idiot. Not because I'm fat. I just happen to be an idiot and I'm fat. Coincidentally, I'm fat and I'm an idiot. I'm a pretty big fucking idiot, too. Well, about a 300-pound idiot, that's pretty big, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just a fucking moron. I always have been, and I always will be. That's just the life I live, the life I lead. As a stud in a fat guy's body. And I am a stud. I wish anyone who watches these videos religiously could have seen me when I was in my 20s before I became morbidly obese. I mean, I was always hefty, I guess you would call it. I was always thicker than everybody else. But before I was morbidly obese, a lot of girls came to me or told, my friends, will you give Aaron my number for me? Or things like that all the time. It happened all the time in high school, especially. When I was in my 20s in high school. I'm just saying, after I got out of high school, it kept happening. But in high school, all the time, girls would go up to my friends and give them their number to give to me. That seriously happened several times in high school. So many times that I lost track. In one situation, a girl named Becky talked to my friend Brandy about, because Brandy and I were real close friends, so she talked to Brandy about, setting us up. And Becky was like one of the hottest chicks in high school, and she was upper grade than me. She was, I think, a year older than me, maybe a couple of years older than me. Well, I started high school late, because I was held back in third grade. I was held back in third grade in grade school, in grade school. So, I was started in high school later than most people did. And I graduated at 19, which is older than most people graduate in high school. I don't know why any of this matters. I'm just telling you that when I was younger, a lot of girls liked me. They came to me. I didn't have to go to them. They came to me. I worked and hung out at a pool hall in my 20s, and a lot of girls came up to me and said, hey, you want to get out of here? Or, they would just come up to me and want to get together. But usually I passed on it because I'm ashamed of the size of my wingding, and I'm ashamed of my body. I don't want anybody to see my body or my penis. So I passed on a lot of pussy when I was in my 20s because, hot girls, just beautiful girls. That I just passed on because I was too embarrassed. There's a ton of girls out there that can back that up for me. And you can find them. I don't know if they'd still admit that they at one point wanted to have sex with me. As a matter of fact, I got you have a girl who's had sex with me that will admit she's had sex with me. There's only one girl with whom I was in love that'll talk to me today. I don't think that girl knows I was in love with her. She probably wouldn't talk to me today. All the other girls with whom I've been in love don't talk to me. I can list them all, but I won't. This video's already run 23 minutes. Maybe in the next video I'll start it up again. Maybe. Leave a comment like me to list all the girls that I was in love with who will not talk to me now, who hates me now, who hate me now. Yep. Leave a comment down below if you'd like me to talk about that. If I get 25 likes in this video, that's what I'll talk about next time. And I won't get 25 views on this video, much less 25 likes. I'm going to get 25 people to ride a bike. No, I couldn't even do that. I get 25 people named Mike. No, not 25 people to do anything for me on this video. Alright, well, after nearly 25 minutes, I'm going to hang it up now. I'm going to tell you, 2 fingers right there. 2 fingers, A-Dub Club. See you when I see ya. Pizza rolls. Peace! I hit the stop recording button bar, and it's still recording. I'll do it again. Peace!